are 420 products that are registered under the EPA to meet their criteria for use against COVID-19. But as of now, there are only 2 products that have actually been studied and shown to be effective against COVID-19. So how can there be 420 products that meet the EPA requirements, but only 2 have been tested and proven to be effective against COVID? We're going to talk about that right now. But first, if you're new to Clean Freak and Germaphobe, we are all about cleaning, organizing, and disinfecting. So if you're new to our channel, consider subscribing. EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, works to provide us with accurate information about how we can effectively and safely kill pathogens such as COVID-19. In March 2020, the EPA released a long list of household cleaners that they expect will be effective against COVID-19. They approved them because they have been tested and were proven to work against viruses that are similar to COVID-19 and even viruses that are tougher to treat than COVID-19, but they weren't actually tested against the virus COVID-19 itself. But last week, the EPA announced the approval of 2 cleaning products that have been tested directly against COVID-19. These products are General Lysol Disinfectant Spray and Lysol Disinfectant Max Cover Mist. They have both been shown to kill coronavirus on hard surfaces after only 2 minutes of contact. So I know the question you might be asking yourself now, if you haven't been using these 2 products, is, have I not been properly disinfecting my home against COVID-19 over the last 3 months then? And the answer is, you probably have been, even if you haven't been using these 2 products. While the other products haven't been tested specifically against COVID-19 yet, they have been rigorously tested against killing very similar viruses and even viruses that are harder to kill than COVID-19. It can be assumed that they will kill COVID-19 too. In fact, my guess is that in the next few weeks to months, we'll be seeing many more cleaning products that will make it to the EPA list for working against COVID-19. It doesn't necessarily mean that Lysol is better. It just means that they did the testing and got the results to the EPA first. So, bravo Lysol Mist and Lysol Disinfectant Spray. If you can't get your hands on one of these, you might feel better about using them to disinfect your home against COVID-19, but only if you're using it properly. So let's talk about how to use it. The coronavirus is an enveloped virus, which the EPA tells us makes it very easy to kill if you are using the right product and if you are using it the right way. So first of all, the EPA approval was for Lysol use on hard surfaces. So like counters, floors, sinks, things like that. I want to talk about 3 common mistakes that people do with disinfectants. First, disinfectants of any kind do not work as effectively on surfaces that are covered with crumbs and dirt and spills and things like that. One wasteful thing that lots of people do is to clear a surface, like your kitchen counter for example, then they spray their disinfectant down and wipe the surface, wiping off all the dirt and grime that is on the counter. And the problem with that is, while the surface might look clean, it probably isn't as germ-free as you want it to be. Plus, you have wasted your disinfectant wipe or spray, which isn't easy to come by these days. The reason is that disinfectants just don't work as effectively against killing viruses and bacteria if it's filled with dirt and grime and crumbs and things like that. Instead, when you are cleaning these surfaces, make sure you clean the surface first with soap and water. After the surface is clean, then use the disinfectant. Another common mistake that people do is to spray the disinfectant and wipe the surface down right after. The problem with this is you aren't giving the disinfectant enough time to kill the bacteria or viruses. It would be like placing an order on Amazon, waiting 30 seconds, and then canceling the order because your order hasn't arrived yet. You see, every product has what is called a dwell time. This is the amount of time that a product needs to sit visibly wet on a surface to be able to work against bacteria and viruses on your surface. Different products have different dwell times. So you have to read each individual label to know how long to let the product sit on your surface to know what the dwell time is. For example, Lysol wipes need a dwell time of 4 minutes to disinfect, while Lysol Clean and Free Multi-Surface Cleaner needs a dwell time of 10 minutes. With Lysol Disinfectant Spray and Lysol Max Cover Mist, the dwell time for COVID-19 is only 2 minutes. The third mistake people make is to not rinse the food contact surfaces with water afterwards. So this means you need to rinse your counters, kitchen, sink, cutting boards, things like that with water after you use the disinfectant. You don't have to rinse things like toilet seats with water afterwards. You probably are not going to be eating out of the toilet bowl, so you don't need to have it rinsed, but it's important to rinse the food surface surfaces so that you don't consume any of the disinfecting products. There are products like Force of Nature that don't require you to rinse the surface because the disinfectant is non-toxic. Bleach at very low concentrations don't need to be rinsed off dishes if you use the correct concentration. Again, please read the label of whatever product you're using. So the next conundrum is, if you want to use these products, can you actually get your hands on them? Since the novel coronavirus outbreak, all the disinfectant cleaners have flown off the shelves, and it's no better shopping online either. If you do find disinfectants online, chances are they will be grossly overpriced. So until supplies are able to catch up with demand, any cleaners that you're able to get your hands on that specifically say kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria, you can assume will kill COVID-19. Be sure to actually check. I came across a cleaner in my pantry that I thought for sure was disinfecting my surfaces, but just a few days ago, I was looking at the bottle and nowhere did it say kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria. So I will not be using that product any longer. You can still use it as a multi-purpose cleaner, but not as a disinfectant. So the bottom line is, yes, regular Lysol spray and Lysol Max Cover Mist are approved. Probably more types of cleaners will be added to this list very soon. We'll keep you up to date as we know. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Also be sure to share this video with anybody who wants to keep their home clean and germ-free. Down below is our video on money-saving cleaning hacks. Click on that video and I will see you over there.